Hi, friends. It's Mrs. McCarver, and it's time for today's reading lesson. Last week, we started to talk about nonfiction books. Those are books that have real information or facts and that might teach us things. So, I want to review, first of all, the things we learn to do when we get a nonfiction book. The first thing we're going to do is look at the cover. Remember, that's the front of the book. We can see the picture and the title. And then we're going to look at the pictures inside the book. Okay, remember I did this with our Dragonflies book. Then we're going to ask ourselves, what might this book teach me? So as I looked through all the pictures of dragonflies, I noticed about different sizes and colors of dragonflies, different parts of their body. So I was thinking this book might teach me about dragonflies. And then I started to think about how the pictures work with the words. And if you remember, we looked at this page. It was talking to us about the dragonfly's eyes. He has two big eyes, and the picture points out those huge eyes. So first, we looked, we asked some questions, and then we did some thinking. So today we're going to take it a little bit further and see what else we can do with our nonfiction books. So today I want you to pay close attention as I read a little bit more of this book to you. And we're going to notice when we learn something new from our book. And then we're going to talk about how we can share it with someone else. So, make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to read more of my book, Dragonflies. What are dragonflies? Dragonflies are long, colorful insects with large wings. Here are the words that I was reading, and here's the picture. So it told me that dragonflies are insects. Is that a fact? Yes, it is. But is it something new that I learned? No, I knew that a dragonfly was an insect. How dragonflies look. Dragonflies have 4 wings. Their wings are thin and clear. We learned that word thin in math, didn't we? Some wings have colored marks. Now, I knew that dragonflies have wings because I have seen them flying before. But something that I learned, let me fold it back here, is that they actually have 4 wings. So that's a new fact that I'm noticing. Dragonflies have 2 big eyes. Is that a new fact? No. They can see a small bug across the yard. Now, that part is new information for me. I knew they had eyes, but I didn't know that they had big eyes and that they could see far away. They can see a small bug all the way across the yard. That's new information for me. Dragonflies have strong mouths. They crunch and chew bugs. It's pointing to its mouth. Now, I knew that a dragonfly had a mouth, had to eat something, but the words told me they crunch and chew bugs. That's teaching me something that I didn't know about dragonflies. I did not know that they eat other bugs. So, as I was reading, I was able to notice and think about new things I learned. Now I want to share that. Well, my book was about dragonflies, and something I learned is that dragonflies have very big eyes that help them see far away. They can see all the way across the yard. Another thing I learned, another fact that I learned that was new, is that dragonflies eat other bugs. So I just shared 2 new things that I learned from this book. Today, your job as a reader is to do these things just like I did. As you're reading a nonfiction book, I want you to notice when you are learning a new fact from the pictures of the words. And then I want you to share it with someone. You might be able to tell someone at home something you learned, or on the next slide, after you do some reading, I'm going to ask you to send me a video sharing something you learned with me.